Hello, boys and girls. Today for social studies, we're going to be talking about how food has changed over time from long ago to today. The next few days, we'll be talking about how entertainment and technology has changed over time. But today, our focus is on how food has changed over time. This is Sam. He is a 7-year-old boy. He grew up in the year 1846, almost 200 years ago. He lives on a homestead in Iowa, part of the United States of America. A homestead is like a farm with a few families that live on it. And they have lots of crops and plants and vegetables that they take care of and use to eat. These few families all know each other. This is Sawyer. Sawyer is 7 years old and lives in present time, which means today. Sawyer lives in a town called Orchard Park, New York. Orchard Park, New York is different than the homestead in Iowa because it's a neighborhood and a lot of different people live in a neighborhood. And Sawyer might not know all of these people. Sam spends his morning working on the farm and harvesting vegetables. Now remember, Sam is 7 years old, just like some of you guys. And he would wake up super early in the morning and work on the farm. You guys do not wake up super early in the morning and work on a farm. 7-year-olds today would not be working on a farm. And also, we don't harvest for vegetables anymore. We go to the supermarket for our vegetables. They pick corn, squash, beans, and potatoes, as well as dried fruits and nuts that are stored for the winter months. Sam's mom grinds wheat into flour to make bread. Now, boys and girls, we can make bread at home if we want using flour, but we definitely don't get wheat to turn it into flour to make bread. So a long time ago, they had to start from the very, very beginning to make things, either getting them from the farm, turning them into something to make food. Today, we get our ingredients from the supermarket so that we can make things like bread. And most of the time, we usually just buy a pack of bread that's already prepared. So that's very different than the way Sam and his family lived a long time ago. In the afternoons, Sam helps his dad prepare meats earned from his daily hunt. His daily hunt, that means his dad went out every day to hunt for animals so that they can have meat. Their family's favorites are deer, wild turkey, rabbit, and fish. Some meat is eaten right away, and the rest is salted and stored for winter. So they might catch different animals every day, and they have to prepare it, some of it so that they can eat that same day, or some of it, or a lot of it, would be salted and stored for later. So when you salt meat, you pack a lot of salt onto the meat and it makes it dry. And when you have dry meat, you can eat it for a long period of time. With no refrigerators, a lot of work goes into keeping meat edible for the long winter months. The reason they would salt the meat so it can stay for a long time is because they did not have refrigerators like us. I know when I go to the supermarket, I buy a lot of meats and I put some of it in the freezer so I can just take it out later. They did not have that when Sam was a child. Sam's mom and sister all do all the cooking. Food is cooked on the family's hearth. A hearth is a fireplace. Sam and his dad set up hooks to hold pots and kettles over the flames. This is telling us that Sam's mom and sisters did all the housework, and Sam and his dad did all the hard work outside too. Now, housework is very hard. But a long time ago, there was a big difference between moms and girls, sisters, and dads and boys. They had very specific roles. Today, everyone can cook in the house and everyone can go shopping for food. Sawyer wakes up in the morning and grabs a box of cereal from the cupboard. He pours it into a bowl, then grabs the carton of cold milk from the refrigerator. When it's time for lunch, his mom usually packs him a peanut butter and jelly sandwich with an apple, chips, and a juice box. So this shows us that today it's a lot easier to get food. It's a lot easier to have a lot of food ready for you in your refrigerator for when you need it. Where Sam and his family a long time ago, they really had to work hard to make sure that their food did not spoil because they did not have a refrigerator. Sawyer's favorite foods are pizza, carrots, and ice cream. Ice cream. Do you think Sam's family a long time ago were able to keep ice cream? Probably not. It was probably never really frozen because they didn't have a way to freeze it. Sawyer likes to grocery shop with his mom on Sundays because his mom lets him pick one special treat. Sawyer likes helping mom bake cookies. He likes using the special mixer and thinks it's fun when his mom lets him set the timer on the stove. Do you think Sam's family had a big special mixer? Probably not. That's a brand new technology that we never had before. And Sawyer has a timer on the stove. And you know for sure a long time ago they did not have a stove and they did not have a timer. They had to be very careful while they cooked to make sure things didn't burn. Sam and Sawyer have some things in common, but their lives are also very different. What people eat, how they communicate with others, and how kids have fun has changed a lot over time. How else is life different today? So on this worksheet, you guys are going to have two places to explain things that they did long ago for food. For example, they had to hunt. They had to salt their food. They had no refrigerators. There's a lot of information here that we learned about Sam and his family from long ago. They had to harvest food. They would get up early in the morning and they would try and store food for winter. Today, it doesn't matter what season it is, we can go get food from the supermarket. And then over here, you have two places to describe things about Sawyer and his family and what they do for food. You can complete this worksheet directly onto the link, or you can write it in your notebook and post it.